Hello, Surgical Procedure here. CRWC commentary. We'll be answering viewers, and there's two of them from the same person. But this the first one was 2 weeks ago. I haven't answered them mainly because it was hard for me to get above sounding like this and just I didn't want to respond to anyone. And I couldn't use at least some of my voice. I was just feeling down and out, and I don't know. So literally, I don't know what the hell was wrong with me. Just could not get above. I couldn't get above that. So, but now I'm all right. So this person says, Rip Jax Dane. Condolences to his friends and family. I've only saw one Dane match, and it was in the form of a highlight video. It was a cage match with Crimson. We saw that, and it was good. Mm-hmm. It looked really good. It was everything. NWA was doing it right. And when people die too young, and Dane was too young. Yeah, he's younger than Cedra and I, and he didn't look like he was 10 years older.
Just in the head, though.
Yeah. And his passing came a few days after Rey Mysterio Sr. died, and he died a few months after his brother Rey Mysterio Jr.'s dad died. So 2024 has been rough for Rey. Condolences to him and his family. How'd you get the little prayer hands up like that, man? It's the blue sleeve and the brown hands. I'm just wondering how you get that. All I can do is get the yellow ones. Ricochet has been acting more heel lately. Honestly, I never thought he would be a decent heel, but after his recent actions in the ring, he shows potential. But knowing Tony will take a piss on that potential, just like everything else. I hate to be negative, but it is hard to be positive about AEW when a fan is running the company. And personally, I am a huge Lucha Underground fan, but I respect that it isn't for everyone. Pentagon was my favorite wrestler on the show, and I really hope WWE do not F him over with their dumbass booking. They can't help but do that. Penta's debut, if you listen to Cornette on it, you listen to Stevie Richards on it, literally how I was feeling. To me, he wasted everything. And Chad Gable was the one that not only led that match, but made him look like $1 million for the little bit that he could do. There was a flummox on the rope, and I was like, why does he not understand how to do this? And then it hit me. He has not trained in a WWE styled ring. The ropes are different. The mat is different. The size of the ring is different. And they just trusted him to go in there naked and get it right. That was a terrible mistake on WWE's part. And then they used Chad Gable. Look, here's my thoughts on Chad Gable. Ditch the American crap. Get rid of it. Your haircut is almost like Kurt Angle's original style. You wrestle like Kurt Angle. You dress like Kurt Angle. You do your promos almost like Kurt Angle. You need to get rid of that. Because the thing is, and this is my hypothesis, everybody. This is my hypothesis. While Chad Gable is awesome, you'll never see it because all you see is Kurt Angle. You won't see him. And from my understanding, when I listened to Kurt Angle on Dutch Mantel's show, when Kurt got back, Vince McMahon punished him. Severely punished him, and then made sure that nobody would know him by punishing the one that went over on him. Was it Happy Corbin or something Corbin? So by doing nothing with Corbin, you can't use the words, he's defeated the likes of the legends of Kurt Angle and things like that. It was just a good way for Vince to destroy Kurt Angle and his legacy in the WWE. That's what that was. And I think WWE management has not stopped punishing Kurt Angle to the point where you can't let Chad Gable get over and win big and look good, because then you'll have to reference that he looks like sounds like, wrestles like everything Kurt Angle. Everything. If it was create a wrestler, that's all it is. And you can't overlook that. Chad Gable is up there in age. He needs to quickly revamp his look, his in-ring style a good bit. And in addition, he really needs to start doing different type promos. The promos come across as whiny or Weasley. And, you know, I deserve this. I deserve that. No one should be better than me at this. No. He needs to dump that.
Anybody doing the whining thing needs to dump it.
So he needs to get away because they're not punishing Chad Gable. They're punishing Kurt Angle. You look like it, you act like it, you sound like it, so we can't promote that. If he came in as Kurt Angle Jr. or something like that, or his younger brother understudy or something like that, that'd been different. But he's Chad Gable. Who's Chad Gable? Then you watch him and stuff, you're like, oh, it's Kurt Angle. That's it. So he needs to get away from that. He needs to just outright kill that, burn it in a trash can, and say, I'm going to be me. Whatever him is. So that's my thoughts on that. This person keeps going and says, I have never heard a bad Sting promo. No, Sting doesn't do bad promos. He just don't do good promos.
Okay.
No, I never said he did a bad promo.
Maybe I was the one that said it.
Yeah, probably you. He just never did good promos. You hear him, you listen to him, you're hanging on to the words because you want to know what's going to happen. But he never does anything outside of a stolen woo. You don't remember much about his promos until he did the one, you know, for Matt Morgan.
The Blueprint. That was the only one I felt. I was like, man, that's how you do it.
Yeah. So, Sting always had to skirt the line of religion, but I'm a fighter. I always felt weird listening to him, but after listening to various people that worked with him extensively, I'm like, okay, that's what it was, and I get it. Because I've heard that type of quote-unquote promo before. The harsh, rugged, unbeatable, super sort of peaceful religious person. I've heard that, and it's hard. It's hard coming out like I'm dominant, but, you know, forgiving. That's difficult. That might turn people off hearing that, but it's just, I haven't heard a wrestler that can actually pull it off. Not yet. Not yet. Let's see. It says the best one I know is where he turned his back on WCW after everyone thought he had teamed up with the NWO. He was one of those guys who, in my opinion, could never cut a bad promo. However, I will admit there are others who are better. For example, Sid Vicious. There's always better promos out there. Ric Flair had some of the best promos until you realize you didn't heard them all.
Yeah, I guess it's a matter of what style appeals to you.
Yeah, what sings to you?
Yeah.
Arn Anderson.
Yeah.
Jake Roberts.
Yeah.
You know, Sid Vicious, as he just said here.
Raven.
Yeah, Raven had real good promos. Stevie Richards, I remember none of his, but when I did see, how can I say, Stevie Richards didn't have good promos. He had great gimmicks. You don't really remember them. When you look back on them, you're like,
oh yeah,
that was you the whole that like you were not, oh, I'm Stevie Richards, but I'm wearing a doctor's uniform. No, that was a completely different person. Completely different. You never thought, man, they're not using Stevie Richards right. No. Stevie Richards did right by Stevie Richards best that the company would allow. And so in TNA, he was getting over. With him and Abyss,
yeah,
and he's, you know, he kidnapped the girl and stuff. We was in that.
Yeah,
we were like, oh my goodness, what's going to happen every week? What's going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to know that. WWE, the little bit in WCW, Raven's Flock and whatnot.
I don't remember him. I don't remember him in Raven's Flock.
And it ticks me off because Stevie Richards. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I always thought Shawn Michaels ripped him off.
Oh really?
That's how I felt.
Did he go by a different name when he was in Ravens flock in WCW?
Nope.
He was Stevie Richards.
It was just probably Stevie.
Stevie. That sounds kind of familiar.
Just plain Stevie. Yeah. Let's see. Sid always cut great promos. His promos were always scary and entertaining. Yes. He sounded like a legit madman who could pop out the screen and strangle you if he wanted to. I miss Sid Rip. Yeah. Sid, like, man, literally Sid Vicious, one of them dudes, like, I don't want to be around him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be around him. I've seen him live. He did a little work, up there in Dorton Arena. He did a little work. And, no, I wouldn't. No. Be like, hey, Sid would be like, look, I'm going to protect you. We go down this dark alley. I'm like, no. It's like, you think I'm not going to protect you? No, I think you're going to mess me up. Something about a dark alley is going to trigger something in you, and I'm not coming out of here. So, that's how he look. You're going down there and get flash forwards, not flashbacks. You're going to be happy in your element. So, you see, it is not just big men who get screwed over in AEW. It is great wrestlers in general. True. Jay Lethal is a good example of how bad and screwed up the booking is in AEW. He has not won a single match since he signed with AEW. Tony has turned the first man to hold the Ring of Honor world and TV titles into a jobber. The Elite are so petty and scared that someone better than them will take their spot, and so they sabotage them. And they do it through their friend Tony. And you know something? Look, in a court of law, dude can get sued for saying that because it's not opinion based. He's making statements. But the truth is, if they say, oh, it's slander, I'd be like this. Prove him wrong.
Yeah, burden of proof is on you.
Yeah, no, the burden of proof is on the one that makes the initial argument.
All you got to do is look up AEW for the past 5 years.
I would be like this. Why is it every AEW past champion isn't presented at all, or they lose every match? Not even Ring of Honor, my bad. Ring of Honor past champions, they don't get shown, or they get shown up. They don't win. They come out, make everyone else look good, and then you don't do anything with the ones that look good.
Mm-hmm.
That, and the Young Bucks, they wanted that. Jericho, they wanted that. They couldn't wait to be like, I got Ring of Honor, and I'm gonna screw it over. And I'm like, y'all are so stupid. Y'all, just like Vince McMahon, so stupid. I wouldn't have said jack about WCW and buying it.
Would have kept running it like it was his own separate company.
Yep, I'd be like, y'all keep doing it, but do better, and we'll still keep the war going, yada, yada, yada.
Talk about cornering the market.
Yes! All you have to do is shut the hell up and let it be business as usual.
But folks in their egos, man.
Yep, Vince has to win.
Having to destroy something.
Jonathan Gresham may not be a giant, but he can still out wrestle half the AEW roster, and Tony screwed him over. Yep. Exactly. Jonathan Gresham made the Pure division in Ring of Honor look amazing. He made that Ring of Honor belt look extra awesome when it started to flounder. Jonathan Gresham did that. He did those matches. He was the ring general in that stuff. That was all him. I was pissed off listening to Jim Cornette run down Jonathan Gresham. He ought to be happy. I was like, man, shut your damn mouth. I was pissed off with that.
Jonathan Gresham and Brody King.
That match.
I don't remember matches. Let me put that out there for you. I don't remember matches. I remember that one. Jonathan Gresham and Brody King was so good.
Yep.
It was so good.
It feels like pre-AEW Ring of Honor was the only company to utilize Gresham to his full potential. But now he is being wasted everywhere, even in TNA, the one place where I thought he would be, where he would thrive. And now it looks like GE might be going to WWE.
He's gonna. Well, I don't know why. I don't know why he would do that. He's got to know they're just gonna waste him. Yep.
Hold up, I lost it because I clicked some things and it went weird. let's see.
Oh, and let me just say,
Yep.
COVID era Ring of Honor, it was something special. It's lightning
Yep.
in a bottle. It was beautiful, man.
And who knows how they'll treat him. GE, I don't know who GE is. He said GE, but I think he probably tried to put Gresham. Maybe. I don't know. See, I know I sound like a fanboy, but I love Gresham, and I just want the man to get the recognition he deserves. He will never get that.
Nope.
Gresham will never, ever get the credit and recognition and notoriety he deserves. That man can make any and everyone look good, and he's done his other gimmicks, and that gets over. And they're like, no, we're not going to let that happen because, you look good, and we can't have that. You're short, and then
That's it.
Yeah, I guess that's all they got.
Yeah.
You got to make something up. Look. Once Rey Mysterio Jr. became WWE heavyweight champion, all that short crap goes out the window.
It really should. It should be a non-issue.
As soon as that happened, nope. He beat Batista and he beat some other people. And you look like Batista should have just hit him in his chest and won the match.
Yeah.
He hit that little boy in his chest, win the match, man. That's how it looked.
That's how it looked.
But they worked it. They did well. Still unbelievable because, drop toe hold. You got to crawl into place to get the tiger feint kick. Anyway, I won't lie, CR. There are certain things about modern wrestling I still do not understand, but I'm trying. I am trying to learn more about all forms of wrestling, not just modern. Anyways, thanks again for the commentary and take care. Thank you. Look, when it comes to modern wrestling, I don't get it too much. They don't give themselves room to learn. I am understanding more and more how we got there, why it's there, but you don't want to become the enemy. Like they don't want to copy WWE. I know why modern wrestling is where it is. I get that. But you don't want to become WWE, but every wrestler there wants to go to the WWE. And the truth is, if you are a modern wrestling company and you want to get up there instead of just, we get our fans, we do our shows once a week or twice a month or something like that. You want to get above the fray and you want to get seen. It ain't about the venue. You could go to the same venue every time. Get local TV, clean up your verbiage, get better lighting. Usually that's all that's needed. Let the locals are the ones that's going to support you anyway. That's what needs to happen. Let the locals support you. Support your local sheriff. So, we're going to get to the next one. And then after that, we'll do the SmackDown review.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna have to try to, because there's some, not misspellings, but misinterpretations. And he might have been typing on the phone. And I know how the phone will autocorrect stuff after you hit enter. It's all perfect. You hit enter and it'll just correct everything. I can't stand that. So many times I done told somebody to shut the duck up. I done told you a few times that I don't give a shirt about what's going on today. I'm just saying. Like here it says, the what chance. CHANCE.
Oh, okay.
See? The what chance, I'm saying the what chance need to stop. They are beyond annoying now. Yeah, it's just podunk, people being podunk. They don't, that's all they got. That and you suck, and yeah, they don't know how to just boo and, just let it kind of, I done showed you my disapproval. You know, I done showed you how much you're over with me because I don't like you.
They're stuck.
Yep.
That's what the audience did 20 years ago. No, 30 years ago. Let's do it now.
Yeah. They dumb. So look, he says Kevin has always been, this is Kevin Owens, great with promos. Yeah. And he looked great with the wing belt. Holding it, I gotta admit, yeah. He had it over his shoulders. I was like, you know, I'm like, you know. Kevin Owens is, how can I say this? He doesn't change up too much of what he does. You know, he's like old school Superstars Challenge. It's going to be the same moves in the same order, yada, yada. That's about how he's going to go. So it's like, is that really exciting? You know, but at the same time, I watch his matches because I want to know what his style is going to clash with the others. And I'm like, who's going to mess this up? Kevin Owens is a paragon of his own moves. So he's not going to mess up. So I watched everybody else to see how bad they're going to mess up, trying to either match Kevin or undercut Kevin. And Kevin, if he can catch it, be like, no, I know you what you just tried. And people want to get mad at Kevin Owens. It's like, no, you try to sandbag him and he just kind of make you look stupid. They'd be like, Kevin botched. Sometimes, nope, he didn't botch. The others try something. They try to get cute and he saw it. There's a few of those. It happened with Cody a couple of times. So I'm like, okay. Kevin, how can I say, as a personality and his storylines, I'm interested. Put it like this. Anybody out there listening that knows what's going on with Kevin Owens, Cody Rhodes, that storyline, if you literally use critical thinking, how in the world is Kevin Owens the bad guy? How can Kevin Owens be the bad guy? If a gang was beating me down for a few years, on and off, and I keep trying to squash them, and they just keep whooping me up, and then some dude come in and just in a year gain what I couldn't, and defeat his worst enemy, my worst mortal enemy, and then all of a sudden you're going to team up with him? Are you supposed to be my friend? Nah. We ain't doing that. No, you're going to see me in an alley. That's what's happening. You're not going to team up with my worst enemy. Dude tried to, quote unquote, kill me. And you're going to say, I'll help you in your time of need. Oh, no.
And you know, you were dead on for all that. You're right. It's just, I don't like how they got him going about it. Because honestly, you lay it out like that, it really is beyond words. There's really nothing else to say. Once you explain it the first time, it's explained. You just kick his ass until you get the match. And then you lose, you keep kicking his ass.
You got to keep going. That whole thing was to say, all right, you know, going behind the scenes, that's saying, all right, Kevin, we renewed your contract. We'll put you involved with the world title match. You ain't win it. We never going to give it to you. You know, thank you, very short Andre the Giant. You should win everything, but you're not going to win that. That's all that is. And it sucks. And look, I understand it's the flagship belt. I get that. But there's a part of me that says that belt's so ugly, does it really matter?
And to me, that it's just me. I'm sure the rest of the WWE universe is sitting on the edge of their seats waiting. But the way they're doing this, it doesn't keep you wanting to watch. It didn't keep me wanting to watch. But that's just me.
Okay. Let's see. What is it? Also, it says WWE needs to bring back real belt designs. And I must say, for guys like Stevie and Jim Cornette who love the business, they are quick to expose the business when in the old days they were protected with their lives. Just saying, okay. Oh, how can I say this? I don't want to say inflammatory words. think about what's happened. Now, I'm sure you don't. I've been listening to Jim Cornette for quite a bit, quite a while. I've gone back and listened to Stevie's show from the beginning. And I listen to these. And usually Stevie's most important things are said in less than 3 seconds. Very short things that mean a lot. So I need you to understand. Okay? They love the business, but they are quick to expose the business. When in the old days are gone, man. When I first started listening to Jim Cornette, there was a woman that was doing the interviews for him and whatnot. Cornette wasn't really unveiling too much, but something happened and that's when I bought Cedra in, and Cornette was like, it's exposed, it's over, shut the whole thing down, give it 25 or 30 years. Cornette was like, the cat's out the bag, it doesn't matter. You could hear it. I watched an interview on Wrestling Shoot Interviews with Roddy Piper when they was asking him things like, because everything's been exposed. And it wasn't WWE. It wasn't WCW. But Roddy Piper sounded like he had a gun to his head and he had to tell his family's worst secrets to the nation. That's how he sounded. That alone told me how closely guarded secret professional wrestling was. So it's not that they are exposed. They don't expose the business. One, Vince McMahon, what did he do? We're not athletes. Wrestling is, he didn't say it was a work. It's sports entertainment. He dumbed it down. He let everybody know that it's not fully legit, but there are things about it. And then, more than that, the indie wrestlers, the independent wrestlers, they're the ones that exposed it to the point where you can't put it back in the bag. Not only would they get on social media and blast how this move should be done and get on YouTube and say this is how this move should work and how to do it properly, but then you got the independent wrestlers that when they go out and wrestle, it's move after move after move to pop and wow the crowd. Because the crowd, number one rule in indie wrestling, do not bore the fans. No headlocks, no arm bars, none of that stuff that takes forever. Move after move after move. Have the long-winded, long matches like in Japan. Not Japan matches, but Japan's title matches that always went a minimum of about 15 minutes, but on average 20 minutes to 40 minutes. So they all have 15 to 25 minute matches. Sometimes if it's a title match, it's 40 some minutes. Just doing move after move. Don't sell, get up and get back in there because you don't want the fans bored. The Young Bucks wrote a book. The Young Bucks, Super Kick Party. Kenny Omega doing, just some of the weird stuff, falling flat on his back, missing somebody, getting up and be like, yeah. Stuff like that. The independent scene has been killing the business and is exposing it for about 20 years. So Cornette and them, they really wouldn't like to do what they're doing, but people are paying them a lot of money for those views. And Cornette don't even want to review AEW because all the AEW do is expose the business. That's all they do. So it's not, you got it somewhat bass backwards, but I get where you're coming from. I do. If y'all love the business, why are you exposing it? Why are you telling everybody what's going on and behind the scenes? They're just telling you what, literally all they're doing is just telling you what's already been shown. The only difference is, did you pick up on it when you saw it or not? That's really it. They're just reporting what's been on air. And it sucks. But you've got to blame the talent. You know? You don't blame the reporters for reporting what the government do. You blame the government for doing it. Don't kill the messenger. I just hope you can understand that. Then he says, you do know that WWE always script promos? Part of me is like, well, thanks for telling me what I know, but I'm glad you made it interrogative. They don't always script promos. Not all of them.
I don't think they script Jacobs.
No, they don't. CM Punk's, they don't. They do a little bit for the talent that there's people that can talk great if you tell them how to talk, but they can't come up with it on their own. Seth Rollins, CM Punk. People want to say that was completely unscripted. Not really. Seth Rollins spoke, CM Punk countered. Seth never addressed what CM Punk said in all their interviews, never really addressing it. That's how I know what isn't scripted.
Yeah, because listening to them go back and forth, I was kind of like, it doesn't make sense why Seth is mad, especially if you listen to it and listen to what Punk's talking about. It's like, what you mad about, Seth? You had to explain it to me because I was like, I don't get it.
Have you ever listened? I'm asking everybody, not just you, Cedra. Have you ever watched somebody listen to somebody? Have you ever watched it? Seth didn't have that. He was straight up, almost stone faced, looking down, as if remembering lines.
Mm-hmm.
When he was talking, what did Punk do? Punk was looking at him,
mm-hmm.
and what did his head do? Slightly crooked to the side, like, let my ear get a hold of this,
mm-hmm.
so I can hear what you're saying, and then blast you when it's time. And that's exactly what he did.
Mm-hmm.
When people listen, that head, you can't help it, crook to the side a little bit. You see, and when they hear something really messed up, it really goes to the side. They start giving a side eye. It's little things like that.
The eyes and the brow get involved.
Yes. Seth, nothing of his face got involved. If you was down there munching carpet, you look bored.
The hell?
See, unscripted Kevin Owens was awesome, but like everyone else, he is held back by WWE and their BS and riots, I think. Not sure what he was saying here.
Let's just stop at BS.
Yeah, because wrestlers are not allowed to write their own promos in WWE, and whenever they cut a WWE promos, fans always complain about them and not the stupid company because WWE can do no freaking wrong. It's a lot of wow. Yeah. Wow. That's the way it's just written, the way it's written. It's just like, whoa, you know. And I can't disagree with that.
Yeah, that's true.
Because they write the promos for the wrestlers, and the wrestlers got to choose if they want that or not. But if the boss is like, yeah, listen to that writer right there, then the wrestlers got to go out there and deliver something almost word for word. And if they mess it up, they get punished.
So, what is the criteria for being a wrestler that writes your promo, that is in charge of your own promos? Do you get that in your contract?
No, it's adjusted as time goes on. I know you can go out there and talk, so there you go. But this guy, he's got his stuff. Just try to keep it in line with it. All right, I'll do that. I can talk on my own, and I can talk circles around this guy. But this guy, yeah, I'll try not to go too far away from whatever he's scripted to say. And that's probably what happened between Seth and Punk. And I'm going to tell you what is annoying me, that they keep calling CM Punk Phil. That's annoying the hell out of me. Okay, yeah, he's Phil Brooks. Fine.
But that's not his.
That's not his
moniker.
His stage name.
if he wanted to go by Phil Brooks, he'd be little Phil Brooks from the second grade, but he's not that's not what he goes by.
Yep.
Seth Rollins wanted to be Seth Rollins, even if that's not his name. He chose a government sounding name. Little Sethy from
Seth
Abbott
Franklin
Elementary.
Rollins. It's Seth Franklin Rollins, you know. Then he says FWE KK. Look, I'm not going to agree with FWE because if you screw WWE, okay, let's say you destroy WWE and they're gone. Think of all those wrestlers who can't provide for their family now and they don't have any other skills anywhere else. I'm angry-ish about WWE. I just don't let it occupy my time of day because I got my own stuff to worry about. My own angers, fetters. I do what I can. I try to do what I do honestly. But others, they go out there and throw racial epithets around, be anti-Semitic, and they get plenty of views. I don't. I don't do anything racist. I might do something sexist to push a storyline or to get one started or to keep the heat on somebody. But I'm not going to have racial epithets. I'm not going to be anti-Semitic. I'm not going to do any of that crap. But these jerk-offs go out there and verbally speak it or they type it. And it's angering that they even do it. And in case someone's listening, I'm going to say this not so harshly. But you being a black person, throwing out the N-word around your white friends, oh yeah, they're smiling about that. Stupid noob. That's about all I'm gonna say. Because anything else is gonna be real bad. So that's the nicest way I can put it, without, yeah. So let's see. He says Kevin is playing a deluded heel. I mean, what do you expect him to do to get over? And you know something? He goes, please explain it to me. For you guys, no one is over.
No one is over?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we don't, listen, straight up, we don't fanboy or fangirl out over these wrestlers.
And if we do, they got to be special.
Yes. Eric Young, mark out for him. You know?
Jacob Fatu.
Mark out for him. Tama Tonga, same way.
Tama Tonga.
Mm-hmm. We can mark out for them. Cody looks fake. Listen, I want anyone out there to understand, okay? This is on the record. I've said it once or twice before. I want to reiterate this. I don't mark out over anyone because they're champion. Ever.
Nope.
Ever. A championship belt is as fictitious as the wind that got it.
It's about presentation. How do they present themselves? Do they behave in a way that gets them over?
I can believe Jacob.
Cody
I can believe
has. If Cody was the Cody that wrestled, help me, a former NWA champion. He's the general manager. What's his name?
Nick Aldis.
If Cody was the Cody that wrestled Nick Aldis and won the belt, I might be more of a fan. But he ain't that same Cody.
Yeah, that Cody we marked out over.
He ain't that same Cody. He ain't got to show that level of skill and drive and fight back. All the bull that he's gone through, oh my neck, with Kevin Owens, that ain't nothing. But he went back home, he played the game, he got the belt, and he got his bag. Good for him. But I don't believe him.
Drew McIntyre. I'm liking Drew McIntyre.
The only thing I like about Drew McIntyre is that when he's coming to talk to somebody, he's got the same slow ass intro. I'm like, come on, just get on out there, let's get it done. But that's my complaint about everybody, even the AEW. You ain't got to do your whole intro if you coming to talk. Get out there and get it done.
Yeah. Promo time, get out there fast.
Just get out there and get it done. You don't need all the pageantry just to come out there in a tank top and pants and talk.
You know, so
But other than that, you're right. Drew McIntyre, yeah, I believe him. I like the whole look, the whole aesthetic. I appreciate everything except for his finisher.
John Cena is where I'm a 50-50. It's swirling. It's everything. No matter what I like, I will dislike. And what I dislike, I will like when it comes to John Cena.
I'm kind of neutral on Cena.
John Cena is someone, how can I say this? While watching him, he got stale.
Back in the day, yeah.
He was stale. He was boring.
After about
it was
year
the
3.
same old, no matter what.
After about year 3, yeah.
I got tired of it.
I'd much rather see him in movies.
Yes.
I like his acting. You know, I like his. Much rather see him in movies.
John Cena has shown to be a very exceptionally nice and decent guy outside of wrestling. That's what we've seen of him. But everyone always put their best foot forward, right? When you're on camera, when somebody's watching you, you know, if you're a wife beater, you ain't gonna be out on camera like, yeah, I'm here at the New York Strip, we having a good time. Hey, what I tell you, woman, you better be quiet if you catch another one.
No, you're not gonna do that.
No, that ain't happening. You know, so from what we see,
and some of the stories we've heard, but that's the also that can.
So for me, John Cena, I'm probably a 70% mark for John Cena. When I see him, I'm like, man, I feel good seeing this guy. It sucks that he's gonna go away. But if I had known this stuff way back then, and he presented as a baby face, then I'd have been like, oh wow, this guy, I can forgive the repetitive music theme. It's dun, 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 dun. It just plays in your head over and over. I'm like, I don't want to hear that anymore.
Music didn't bother me.
It bothered me. I just got tired of it. And I don't want to get into why. It's a thing that goes outside of wrestling.
Okay.
Of why. But that's, yeah, I couldn't take it. I was like, I'm done. But The Rock, I was marking out until he left the Nation of Domination. And then I was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, oh, it's the same old every day. And this is when I should have been like, how can I say this? That's when it's like you're the young version, the very young version of yourself that just believes anything in front of them. And if I'm seeing this at that stage, yeah. So how do you think I feel now?
I was at the point back then. If it's funny, I'ma laugh. So that's.
Well, yeah, of course, of course. Trish Strategy, Trish Strategy showing up, and The Rock is talking to her, and my memory is her head came up to about his hip.
It won't like that.
It won't, but that's my memory. But he was like, "Whoa, boy, whoa!"
Yeah,
and she couldn't help it. She had to laugh. She couldn't. She was trying not to break. She was trying. Stuff like that.
It's all about,
I marked out for the Dudley Boys.
Yeah, it's all about delivery. It's an entire package. If you have the right package, and then you get in the ring, and you can actually perform, it's a beautiful thing. Unfortunately, WWE doesn't allow you to actually perform. So if you're new to Tama Tonga, you're gonna be like, oh, he ain't shit. But we know better.
Yeah. Put it like this. I've never marked out for The Undertaker, but I believed him.
When he did that plancha over the rope, I mean, yeah, I marked out.
I was like, well, he should do that. That's where I was.
He was flying over that rope, and I was like,
I saw he was Mean Mark Callis. Mark Calloway.
I didn't see all that. He's only been The Undertaker, and Undertaker didn't fly, but he flew that day, and I thought it was remarkable.
See, that's the difference. You know, people marked out over NWO Wolfpack Sting. I'm like, it's Sting. I thought he looked cool, but it's Sting.
Yeah, and by the time Wolfpack came along, NWO was kind of like, I had enough. I had enough.
You know, to you guys, no one is over.
We have a higher standard.
Roman Reigns, he's over with us.
Roman Reigns is over with me with his persona and the effect he has on the crowd.
But the in-ring performance,
The in-ring performance hasn't done anything for me.
that's about where I am.
Because, like, for example, I know that Jacob Fatu can wipe the floor with him. So,
Yeah, legitimately.
But Roman Reigns has played the game. He's the man. He got his bag. More power to him.
Yeah. You know,
Because I put it in the
Paul Heyman, he's over.
I put it in the guys
To us, not to everyone else, and to us. This is us.
Yeah, this is entertainment, and we can comment on all this stuff. But when the rubber hits the road, they're trying to take care of themselves, not just now, but in the future. So if Roman Reigns has found his niche and he can keep collecting the money and be able to, live into his old age, hey, I got no problem with that. I don't have to be on this job.
Yeah, really. That ain't happening. I ain't on no wrestlers. C.W. Anderson. Always, I will mark out at his presence. And C.W. Anderson, because I saw how he can get down in that ring. And he never get the recognition. And he should have, if WWE actually had, how can I say, brains, he would have been a champion for a while there. Because he had his stuff down. So, yeah.
So
please explain. So going back, he's playing a diluted heel. I mean, what do you expect him to do to get over? What we don't expect anything, but sometimes you got to take things into your own hands, and you just got to just kind of go off script and let everybody see. Yeah, because the script holds you back, and everybody knows that.
Especially if it's a poor one.
Yep, because they aren't writing for you; they're writing for the company.
Mm-hmm. This is what the company wants your character to do.
Yep.
And it is up to the individual playing that character to make that character more than a character. And some people are better at doing that than others.
Real life, you got a script, and you say no, you don't, but you do. For those that can, you get up, you go to work. If you got a family, support your family. You don't have much money, fine, deal with it. That's your problem, not anybody else's. Suffer in silence. Cry in the dark. And then you wake up and you do it again. That's your script. And that's how you're going to die. You want to go outside that script? It takes a lot. And you find when your eyes are open, like Naito's, people will hold you back to keep you in that script, and they won't even know they're holding you back. They won't even notice it. And if you ask them why, they'll deny it because they have no idea of what they're doing or why they're doing it. You need help to get a business started? Will that bank give you a loan if they know you'll return it with interest? If you want to start a personalized little business, start up from the ground up, will your friends and family help you? Or will they say, you're just trying to get my money? Hey, look at this advertisement. Let's get this.
Everybody's trying to get your money.
It's all a pyramid scheme. So they say no. But then everything in life is a pyramid scheme. Everything from the CEO to the executives to the grunt workers, all the managers and stuff above them. It's all a pyramid scheme. So there you go. How you expect Kevin Owens to get over? I don't. I don't expect anything.
Honestly, he's already over. He doesn't have to get over. He's there. They renewed his contract. He's wrestling the champ several times. He's beefing with him. He's over. If he wasn't over, he'd be Chad Gable.
Yeah. Chad Gable isn't over, and I like Chad Gable.
I like him too.
I run him down and stuff, not for what you think, but Chad Gable is evidence that the runners of WWE are blithering idiots. That's how I feel. Chad Gable would be the first one on my roster, and sure enough, he wouldn't be dressed like that. Just saying, it's let's see what was.
Let me just quickly say, Kevin Owens is doing what he got to do. It's just don't do it for me. And that's it. If it's doing it for everybody else, enjoy it.
I'm enjoying him messing up Cody, to be honest with you. I view Cody as a heel because I don't like that type of person anyway. So Cody got to go. Cody become a heel and let his hair go brunette like it should be. Then I might have to mark out on his intro. I just find it unsettling for our greatest babyface to be called an American nightmare. I'm just saying.
I'm tired of the style of promo that Kevin Owens is doing.
What's wrong with it?
We got it, dude. We got it. Cody sucks. Be Drew McIntyre about it. Drew McIntyre didn't go on and on about how CM Punk did this and CM Punk did that. He whooped his ass and came out there and dropped his bloody corpse on the ground and said, "There you go." I need a little bit more of that out of you, Kevin Owens.
Okay, so if everyone does that, then
not everybody. Not everybody. You have to be strategic.
Kevin Owens went and power drove Cody. Then he packaged power drove Cody
in the ring. Yeah, after the thing. Yeah.
He can't win with the power driver because it's illegal. Automatic disqualification, fines, and suspension. They did the neck thing.
You know, yeah.
They did the neck thing, and then Cody's all right.
And then next time you see him, he's telling us the same thing again. It's like, I don't know. Maybe they're just dragging this out too long, but it's just not. It's not getting me. And then I'm like, well, it's Cody. You can keep fucking him up because I don't buy Cody either. So
he says, I'm just saying that it says pockets, but you pick apart every little thing, and I am trying to enjoy it as much as I can. Look, I am not angry. I just want to understand, because I will be first to admit that I do not know everything about wrestling, past, present, or future. I am trying to, but there is so much to learn. We pick apart not everything, just what we see. And I will be honest with you, I probably could do some things, but that's one reason why I stopped watching AEW, because all I could do is pick stuff apart. I could barely find anything that went right in any match other than they landed this move.
And nobody got hurt.
Yeah. I don't want to ruin wrestling for anyone. That's not my desire. If that is the effect that it's having on you, then that's the effect it's having on you. My goal is not to ruin wrestling for you, Cedra, myself, or anyone else. Truth be told, there'd be nothing to pick apart if they did their damn job right.
I'm just telling you what I like and I don't like. I'm not trying to discourage you in your relationship with wrestling.
And I'm giving you a thumbs up and giving you a heart on that stuff, because I do appreciate your comments and anyone's comments to us. Yeah, we're not picking it apart just to be mean or, hey, we know some inside stuff. No,
Jack.
No, we're not Dave Meltzer. We're not idiots like him. No, we'll tell you what's up, what we see, what we think, what could go better, what they did a little bit wrong, how we'd like to see things done, and we want to get all y'all's opinion about it. And if we did have that kind of clout, that kind of notoriety, it'd be nice if it got to some people and they just said, you know what, I'm going to be a better wrestler. I'm not going to, do a pile driver and pick them up. I'm not going to do the Steiner screwdriver suplex or the Jaguar driver and pick them up or apply a submission hold after that. I'm not going to do a Franken driver, Scott Steiner's original Frankensteiner, and pick them up.
And usually what I bag on a lot is a whiny heel. I can't stand a whiny, sniveling heel. And it's like either you're going to be a complete badass or you're whiny and snivelly. And there's all kinds of, it's a spectrum of everything you can do. But the thing you rarely see a clever heel anymore. You notice that?
Yep, Eric Young was a clever heel.
Was a clever heel. Cause when everything unfolds, you're like, oh man, we didn't see that coming. Almost all the time, all of us can predict, well, we know they're gonna do this, and then they do that.
And the one that made the comment and whatnot, even when you watch wrestling, there's parts you go, yeah, I see that coming. And we was watching SmackDown, we was watching stuff, And she just be like, well, yeah, go ahead, come out and interrupt the match, and then we can go ahead and get this over with. You know what's going to happen. And that's fine. Make it look good.
And if
I'm not saying it didn't look good. I'm just, when you do it, make it look good. That's all. You're not asking too much. You're going to run in, you're going to attack. We all suspect it. It makes sense. So make it look good.
Nothing wrong with a wrestler looking intelligent. Like Samoa Joe, whenever he's a wrestler, whenever he's a heel, he's cerebral with it. That's what I miss.
Yes.
I miss a thinking villain, man. That gets me in my jellies.
She don't like it when I do it in CR Fire Pro.
That's not true. That's not true.
Jailed without order. Hemlock, Hurtlock, they did. Well, Hemlock led it mainly. They did it. They were heels. And what did Hemlock kept saying? All in due time, and it all came to pass. And that was just fortunate because I make sure it's 100% computer simulated, and it just worked out, and that gets me in my jellies. Jellies are real, everybody. So I'm just... But you ain't like it when they did it. Now you sitting there eating crow. How's it taste? How do the feathers taste?
Like real good coffee.
That's how she feel. Look, we're going to wrap it up, all right? Everyone, make sure you like, share, subscribe, click that bell. This has been Cedric and Cedar for CRWC Commentary, answering viewers. We'll be doing the SmackDown-ish review, and, y'all going to be mad at that one. But with that, we want y'all to be cool, be chill, be safe. Check out CR Fire Pro, CR Fire Pro Road, and eventually, maybe this month or next, I'll get Pain and Agony Wrestling going again.
Paul.
And, trying to debut Maximum Ape. So hopefully we'll see you next time.